Afternoon baseball from the East Bay in the Oakland Coliseum. Today, the third and final game in this three-game series between the American League's Houston Astros and the Oakland A's. It's A's baseball, and it comes your way next. Chris Bassett, a righty from the state of Ohio, will do the pitching in this one. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, man, we're getting a look at a guy that's really been struggling lately. In his last three starts, he has a whip of over 1.50. Lots of base runners, lots of hits, and lots of walks, and that doesn't add up to very good performances. So he's going to look to turn things around in this one here today.
A ball and a strike to Houston's leadoff batter. Now the 1-1 pitch. Our temperature, a very comfortable 72 degrees as we get things started. Bassett has become known as a guy that's tough to take deep. So many starting pitchers find themselves snake bitten by the gopher ball, but he really limits that.
In this day and age of smaller ballparks, the ball's lively, the bats are harder. This guy does a great job of keeping the ball in the ballpark. And one of the keys, he's not predictable. He'll throw his off-speed pitches behind an account. He's really difficult to sit on just one pitch.
Now here's a look at the Astros starting lineup. Danny, any thoughts?
Well, I'm a little concerned about the struggles from Josh Reddick right now. He had only one home run last month, so if you're looking at a guy in the middle of the order with just one homer, your team's not going to score a lot of runs. He's got to turn on the power in this lineup if this team wants to have any success at all.
Broxton is there now, and he has it. Two gone. First pitch of the at-bat. First pitch sinker misses in on the hands that time. It's a ball and no strikes. 1-0 count. Here it is. Swung on, and this ball is hammered. Forget about it. Into the concrete staircases and gone.
Wow, talk about a guy getting hot, right? Hits a bomb, hit one yesterday. Usually when he gets hot, he starts to hit them in bunches, and this could be the beginning of a very, very good hot streak.
A shot down the first baseline. 2 out, nobody on. Now a foul tip held onto behind the plate. Nice work there to get the punch out, and the inning is over. Astros off and running on the solo home. So coming to the plate, Jonathan Villar. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. First offering on its way. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. Fellas, taking a look at these Astros entering play here this afternoon. They come in losers of 7 of their last 10 games, but did earn the victory last time out.
Matty, we've seen some good baseball in the first 2 games of this set, and expect another close one here. Both of the first 2 games decided by 1 run.
You know, D-Roll, when you get in these series like this, when 1 run means so much, you like to be able to be the team to score first, but both these games have been very close, and it's going to boil down to who gets the big hits in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning.
And the throw will indeed take care of him for the first out. With that, let's look at the starting lineup for the hometown A's. Mark DeRosa, tell us about this lineup in a daytime home contest.
Yeah, Matty, a lot of professional at-bats up and down this lineup. I know they're behind right now, but it only takes one guy to set the tone and get the boys going.
Now the 1-0. Misses above the zone for a ball.
Boy, he just looks locked in at the plate right now to me. His numbers in recent games have been very good, and those were 2 stone-cold takes right there that put himself in a great hitter's count.
2-1 now. Skied into straightaway right. Reddick has a read on it, and that's the 2nd out of the inning. Here's Matt Joyce now.
Left fielder, Matt Joyce.
Pulled into the windup. First pitch on its way. This is on the ground over to first. Gurriel picks it up, and he'll step on the bag himself. And now the Cuban import Yuli Gurriel. And he comes in as a player to watch out for, hitting well over 300 on the season. And he gets ahead with the curveball. Strike 1. fly ball out to right field. In comes Powell, but it drops in there, and his hitting streak will continue. So that puts the leadoff man aboard to get the inning underway. Here's Marwin Gonzalez now. First pitch of the at-bat. Hit hard down the line. And that's through for a hit. Set to get his day started, Brian McCann, batting just a notch below 300 so far on the season. And the 34-year-old veteran looks at a called strike. It's 0-1.
Hey, he caught him off guard right there. I like that pitch. High fastball executed. I know he's known for the sinker ball, but if he can get some eye levels up and down, he's going to have some success.
And a good sinker there gets him swinging for the first out.
All right, guys, so here's how the Oakland A's are lining up on defense for this one. And manning the hot corner today is a guy with one of the quickest reactions in the game. That's it at third base. A step and a dive, a little bit of range, but you better be reacting. And you better be able to have some serious hands and a strong arm.
And the throw is in time to get him to retire the side. Around the horn they go. 5-4-3 to end the threat. More matinee baseball here on a Wednesday afternoon following this. Now the A's designated hitter, Chris Davis. And as you take a look at the splits here, he's actually better against right-handed pitching this season. And he fouls this one off. One strike now from Cole. Swing and a miss on the slider, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
Hey, I love the aggressive nature this guy's pitching with. He's got focus. He's commanding the fastball. Really being aggressive right now. A lot different than his last start where he took a loss and seemed timid and scared to attack the zone. Time for a look at the Stros on D. And can we focus on George Springer, one of the more dynamic outfielders in our sport? He will leave his feet. He's got a cannon for an arm. Not afraid to dive in and say hi to the fans if a ball's going near there too. Do not test this guy's arm.
Chased a low ball there, and he's quickly down in the count 0-2.
Boy, so far early into this one, this guy's pitching really well. And I'm a big believer in body language. He's getting the ball. He's working really quick, keeping the ball down in the zone. And if you take a look at this guy so far early on, a lot of positive signs. He looks like he brought his good stuff in this one.
Skied in the air to straightaway left. Waiting on it is Kemp. 2 down. So that brings up the always intense Matt Chapman to try to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. A ball and a strike to count to Matt Chapman. Cole gets the sign, coming home with the 1-1 pitch. But a big pass at a slider that gets past him. The 1-2 is a swing and a miss. That's strike 3. Welcome back to Oakland as we're set for the start of the third from the Coliseum here on the show. This is on the ground over to first. Olsen is there, and he'll take it to the bag himself for the out. Stepping in now, the speedy Tony Kemp. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Breaking ball in for a strike. 1 out, nobody on. Lifted in the air toward the line and right. But no one can get to this one as it's down for a foul ball inside the visitors' bullpen. And a breaking ball runs in and gets him, and I doubt there was any intent behind that. Digging in for his second at-bat, Josh Reddick. He flew out in his last at-bat. Here's a sinker to start him out, but he wouldn't bite. It's ball 1. Good-looking sinker on the inside corner. Now he gets the ground ball to first. This might be 2. 1 there. On to first, and for the second time in 3 innings, they've bounced into a double play, and with this one, the side is retired. So they go down without a whimper here. We'll move on to the... Here's the German-born catcher, Bruce Maxwell. 7, 8, and 9 to start the home third.
Not much going on offensively so far for these guys. 6 up, 6 down. We'll see if the bottom part of the lineup can get something going.
Well, the home crowd seems a little restless, so I'm sure they'd appreciate it. Fastball that time is nowhere close, and it's even at 1-1.
That's the kind of pitch that reminds me of many reasons why I wasn't a very good hitter. This thing was inside and coming in hot, and he just gave a stone-cold take. I'm bailing out of the way if I'm in the box, no doubt about it.
And now this will get over the wall down the line out there for a ground rule double.
Hey, he started the offensive production with a bang right there. That's the first hit of the game, and it's a good one, driving that ball to and over the wall for a ground rule double, and he's basically able to stroll into second base.
And the throw is wide as it pulls the first baseman off the bag.
Man, there's just no excuse for a middle infielder to make a play like that. Especially your shortstop. Looked like a routine play, but for some reason, he just pulled the first baseman off the bag. It happens, but you never want to give a team extra outs.
Reddick sprinting after it on the warning track. He makes the catch. The relay throw, and he's safe.
We'll see if moving up to third pays off for him. He didn't have to tag and go for third, but now he can score a lot of different ways. Doesn't have to be a hit.
Has a look, now the pitch. Try to check it, and it's 0-1. Hit on the ground down the first baseline, but this will get foul for strike 2. The 0-2 delivery, and a breaking ball stays outside. The 1-2 on the ground to the right side, scooped up on the backhand. Throw to second will be in time, but the run's going to come in and score. On to first, but not in time. He beats it out to keep the inning alive, and the run is in to score. Settling in now, Keon Broxton, 0 for 1 here in the early going. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball 1. Broxton is a guy that can really pick him up and put him down, if you will. He's a plus runner and really uses speed to his advantage in multiple ways on the field.
Yeah, and it works for him. It works for him in a lot of ways, like you said, Matty. Hits the ball on the ground. He has the potential to beat it out. I can't tell you what this does for an infield or an outfield defense to be put on their toes and have to make plays against this guy.
Now the 2-0 home. Too tight with that one. 3-0.
Well, this has been a long inning already, and I know he doesn't want it to get any longer. I expect a challenge pitch right here.
Full sets. Here's the 3-0. Swinging a ball line down in the left field corner. But this is foul near the seats. The 3-1 is in there for a full count now, 3-2.
All right, 3-2 count with 2 outs. The runner on first will be moving, so we'll see what happens. There are a lot of possible outcomes with this kind of play.
Popped him up. And Altuve will put the squeeze on this one, and that in. Trying to pick things up where we left off, Jose Altuve, as we begin the top of the 4th.
That last at-bat, that showed me something. It's not that easy to hit a changeup over 400-plus feet out of the ballpark. So this guy gets some good extension, strong wrist, and this guy's got some terrific bat speed.
This is the cat and mouse that I love right here. You take the pitcher deep last time up. Now you're 2-0 again. No way he gets a fastball right here.
Here's a strike. Count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. The 3-2 pitch. And this pitch is lined softly down the line and left. but this will be a foul ball.
Might have been cheating for another fastball, trying to get the head to that one early. Pitcher pulled the string with a nasty breaking ball and had him a little bit out in front.
And throws him on the breaking ball that time. Jose Altuve becomes the first out of the inning. And a good slider here to start the at-bat, but it's ruled a ball. 1-0. Went about halfway there, but it's a called strike regardless. 1-1, here it comes. And he hung a curveball that time, and it stayed up around the letters. Ball 2.
That curveball is a pitch you have to get on top of, or else it'll take off just like that one did.
1 run on 3 hits. 1 error so far for the Astros. Sent on the ground out to second. Throw on to first. 2 gone. Ready for another chance. Yuli Gurriel. He singled his last time up. And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike 1. 1 run on 3 hits. 1 error so far for the Astros. Throws him on the bender there, and he's in the hole 0-2.
Sort of surprising to see a 5-hole hitter take 2 in a row for strikes to start an at-bat. Now he's way behind the count, so we'll see if he can battle back.
Gurriel behind a ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2. This should end the inning as it's sent out to second. Gunn ranges to his left. He'll whip this one to first in time, and that ends the inning. Astros go down 1-2-3. On to the bottom of the 4th, tied 1-1. Next up for the A's, Matt Joyce. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. This is hit the other way out toward left field. Waiting on it is Kemp. Makes the play, 1 away. Digging in to try it again, Chris Davis. He got called out on strikes his last time through. Pulls this one in the air out to left. Kemp waits on it. And he brings it in for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up the power hitter, Matt Olson. So far, 0 for 1 with a flyout. Here's the pitch. Now a fastball, a bit too low here. It's ball 1. 2 out, nobody on. Looked like a slider perhaps, but it missed badly, and it's 2-0.
Boy, this is a spot you really don't want to be in with a great hitter like this. 2-0 count. We'll see right here if he lays one in there to give him a pitch to swing at.
Now the 2-1 is looked at for ball 3.
He's had command of his pitches all day, hasn't walked a soul, but we find ourselves in a 3-ball count here. Want to see how aggressive he gets in the zone.
Hit hard on the ground to second. There is Altuve. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. A's are gone in order. 5th inning. Here's Marwin Gonzalez now. He'll get his side started in the inning, and Dan, so far they've been stifled offensively since the first inning.
Boy, they sure have, Matt. They came out of the gates and got hot right away, but whatever was going for them pretty much has disappeared. We'll see if they can wake it back up.
And the Astros get something started right away. It's a leadoff double. So a ringing double here to kick off inning number 5. And as you see there, that total good for second place on this Astros ball club. Early swing there as he pulls it foul to the right side. From the belt, the pitch. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2. And he doesn't want him to get off to a big lead out there at second, so he steps off to look him back. Working for the punch out and the offering. Sinker misses, and it's 1-2 now. Is put in play to the right side of the infield, and that's the first out. Next up for the Stros, Alex Bregman. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. A knee-high sinker, tough pitch, strike one.
This is a situation where the offensive player just needs to do his job. Take inventory, infield back, get you a ground ball somewhere in the infield, preferably off the corners, and get your team the lead.
Good waist pitch, 1-2.
Well, this is an approach we've seen him use effectively lately. Set up the inside and then get him out with pitches away.
Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Grounded to third. Chapman brings it in, and he is lucky to be able to scamper back to third as he's in safely. Tyler White will bat next. He's got runners at the corners here with only one gun. Starts him out with a sinker that's inside, 1-0. The 1-0 home. Line to the right side. In there, base hit, and that ought to get the run in from third.
Boy, that has to feel good as a hitter, D-Roy. You get that base hit to give your team the lead. You have to feel good when you get down to first base.
Yeah, it's just a nice approach. You see him turn to his boys right there and get fired up with the dugout. 100%, not trying to do too much, able to quiet the moment down, center himself, and come through in a big spot.
Joyce has it, and I'd be surprised if they send the runner. And add a run on the sacrifice fly, as that'll make this a 3-1 game. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Josh Reddick. No hits to this point. And he takes a cold strike, 0-1.
Well, this is starting to feel like a make-or-break moment in this game. When you're playing a first-place team, you can't expect to fall way behind early in a game and then mount a comeback.
And this is fouled at the plate. Swing and a liner. Foul. Line hard toward right center. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second, as there are two aboard now.
Well, that's just a case, D-Roy. You got to make a little bit better pitches with two strikes. Jumps ahead 0-2, and then a couple of foul balls, and on pitch number 5, he squares one up for a base hit.
Yeah, I can't tell you how nice that feels right there. You battle to get and count leverage and fight to get your ace swing off. 0-2, you're almost turned around walking back to your dugout, so that's a nice piece of hitting.
Center fielder, number 4, George Springer.
Ready for another shot now, George Springer. One of the bigger spots in the ball game so far. Base is juiced now with 2 away. Looking to minimize the damage here. Center field. Broxton's on the move. 1 run scores. And a run scores as this one's down into the gap.
The fans are not happy, and I can't blame them. And inside the Parker on that hit, there's simply no excuse for that. And everyone in the ballpark knows it. We'll see if he can shake it off and get out of the top half of this inning.
Now the Cuban import Yuli Gurriel, as the sinker to him finds the zone for strike 1. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. A ball and a strike to count to the Astros first baseman. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Well, I think he just kind of lost focus on the mound right there. It's clearly not going his way, and he's thinking more about that than the task at hand. And right now he needs to think about this hitter.
Line toward the gap in left center. Joyce is there, and he puts it away to stop the bleeding. But they managed to bat around as 9 men. So that brings up the always intense Matt Chapman, who was a strikeout victim in his first try. First pitch coming. Here it is. Line drive to left. But he'll hardly need to move out there in left, as this is hauled in for the first out. Striding in once again, Bruce Maxwell. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here. And it's fouled away. Crowds him a bit with a fastball there, and it's to 1-1.
That's not an easy pitch to do anything with, right? 96 miles an hour in on the hands. You almost have to be looking for that pitch to be able to do anything with that.
1 ball and 2 strikes to the A's catcher. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Well, 2 straight fastballs inside haven't put him away. So now it'll be interesting to see what he turns to.
Very weakly on the ground. That's a foul ball. Bases are empty, 1 man out. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Springer has a read on it, makes the play, and there are 2 gone now.
Now batting, number
Standing
16.
in, Gunn. Cole into the windup. First pitch on its way. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. 0-1, here it comes. That's a tough take. Gunn, originally from South Korea. He's in his 4th season as a major league player. Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball 1.
Wow, how about that? He was tempted to make a swing at that pitch right there. That was way out of the zone, but he just kept his hands back enough.
Nasty breaking ball swung on in the dirt. The throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. Nothing across. Digging in and looking for more, Marwin Gonzalez. He doubled earlier and carries a 2-for-2 line into this appearance. Tyler Lyons gets the call to pitch here, and he'll try to sort this mess out. He's going to try to at least eat a couple of innings for his guys. There's a fastball right over the inside corner. The windup and the 0-1. And there's ball 1. Now the 1-1 pitch. Takes a pitch for strike number 2. The 1-2 is a wave and a miss. He struck him out. Here's the catcher, Brian McCann. 0-for-2 for him to this point. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And a check swing here, but he clearly went around on a pitch that would have been a strike anyway. It's 0-1. A ball and a strike to Brian McCann. 1 out, nobody on. That's right there at the belt. 1-2 now. A 2-2 count to the Astros catcher. Missed with a slider.
Back-to-back sliders away. Now I think you have to think about running something hard in. Not a good idea to throw a good hitter the same pitch 3 times in a row.
So he got him swinging. Brian McCann goes down for out number 2 in the top half. Inside with the slider, and that'll back him up a bit. That's wide. 2-0.
When you're down 6 on the mound, you got to at least throw strikes here.
3-0 now. 2 out, nobody on. In there, 3-1. Down the first baseline, but a foul ball, and it's full now at 3-2. Now the 3-2 pitch. Gets him looking at the knees for the strikeout. 3. So that'll bring in the outfielder Boog Powell to start things out in their half of the 6th as they look to shake things up here for a lineup that quite frankly has been non-existent to date.
No doubt about that, Matt. They've been completely overmatched to this point. 1 hit through 5 innings. I mean, what else can you say about the pitching they faced other than it's been fantastic? We'll see if that continues as we approach the later inning. Behind
0-2 now. 2 quick strikes, and now the 0-2. And you wonder about the control now as he misses high with the slider.
Wow, that was a decent breaking ball right there, but that's just a pitch that's a little easier to lay off of when you're opposite-handed, opposite bat. You could see the sweep of the ball coming right into you. That was a great take.
Here now the 2-2. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Reddick moves to his right and puts this one away in the alley for out number 1.
Now batting.
So the Oakland lineup turns over, and to the plate, Jonathan Villar. He reached on a fielder's choice previously. Soft liner to the right side, and this is taken for the out.
Now batting. Center fielder.
And that'll bring in the speedy Keon Broxton. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. And that swung on and missed for strike 1.
This guy's been on cruise control as we head into the middle innings of this one. And one of the big factors why, how about 80% of his first pitches have been for strikes?
Count now, a ball and a strike. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one.
Man, this guy has retired a whole slew right now. I think what he needs to do is just stay focused and keep attacking the game plan like he has up to this point, because everything he's done has worked.
The 2-2. And this is down at knee level as it's chopped foul at home plate.
I always say hitting's a process of elimination at the plate. I think he could go ahead and eliminate changeup. 2 in a row back to back. I don't think there'll be a third.
And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that. Digging in and looking for more, Tyler White. He starts off the inning against a guy who struck out the side last inning. How did they get to him here?
I'm not sure, Matt, that they want to stay as patient. He's been throwing a lot of strikes. They might want to start swinging a little bit earlier in the count.
And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. The 1-1. Misses, ball 2. Now the 2-1 is a sinker that dips below the zone for a ball.
Well, this has been a good job to work the count from 0-1 to...
Ouch, that one hit him. So the Houston lineup turns over, and to the plate, Tony Kemp earned himself an RBI with a sac fly his last time at the plate. Popped him up. But this will land untouched. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss on the slider, and that's out number 1.
Boy, that's really disappointing for a guy that has wheels, right? All he wants to do is get on base and take advantage of the strength of his game, which is his speed. But with the strikeout right there, you can't get on first base if you strike out.
Reddick waiting, and now the pitch. Good changeup that time, but he wouldn't bite on it. Oh, double play ball to second. 4. Scooped up to second for 1. On to first, but not in time as he beats it out. Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve. He was given a free pass via the intentional walk last time. And a rather interesting decision here as they'll put him on and move the runner into scoring position now.
Well, that's one way to do it, I guess. An intentional walk is one thing, but an intentional walk with a man on first is another. Strange strategy. I don't quite get it.
First pitch of the at-bat. Wouldn't bite on a good sinker that time that missed.
2 walks in this inning already, so he can't expect to stay out there much longer if he puts somebody else on. We'll see if he can find it.
Now the 1-1 pitch is a fastball that misses.
Well, I know the last thing he wants to do is load the bases right here, so the pressure is on right now to get back in the strike zone.
And that's through into left, a base hit. The runner from second crosses the plate. Ready once again, Yuli Gurriel. He lined out in his last trip, so looking for better fortunes here. Chris Hatcher enters now in a mop-up role as he'll try to keep the deficit right where it is. And he lays off there, 1-0. In his career, Gurriel comes into action carrying a slugging line above 470. Obviously a potent hitter looking to do some damage right here.
All right, that's when you got to tell yourself to slow down a little bit right there. Out in front on a fastball, hit it hard, but pulled it foul.
And a big strikeout there as they'll leave a couple of runners on base, and after a good start to the inning, they can't capitalize any further. Astros forced to settle. Here's Matt Joyce now. It was a flyout for him in his last trip.
It doesn't look very promising so far in this one as we move into the later innings. Down by a bundle, it's time to get some base runners and hopefully a long ball to get them back into this one.
Springer is underneath this one. One pitch, one away.
The batter, number 2, designated hitter, Chris Davis.
Here's Chris Davis now. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout in this one. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Dribbled up the line. In time to first, and there are 2 away.
Up next for Oakland.
Ready for another shot now. Matt Olson 0 for 2 on the afternoon so far. Cole's ready. Here's the first pitch. Now a swing, and he pops him up. Right up the chute. This may be tough behind the plate. And he will indeed make the play in foul territory to... Striding in once again, Marwin Gonzalez. He was sat down on strikes in his last at-bat. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Line, but speared on a hop. Throw on to first in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Brian McCann. He struck out swinging in his last trip to the plate. Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1. Bouncer to the left side. Throw on to first will get him. Score at 5-3 on the putout, though it looked more like a 6-3 ground ball. Nevertheless, there are 2 away now. And that'll bring up the former first-rounder Alex Bregman. In previous meetings with Chris Hatcher, he's 1 for 4. 0-1, here it comes. A fastball that he's way out in front of. A swing and a miss.
In today's game, if you're not disciplined for striking out, why would you change your approach with 2 strikes right here? Expect this guy to try and drive the baseball right here.
Now a swing and a fly ball. But this is going to wind up a foul ball. And a good fastball swung on and missed for strike 3, and the inning is over. 1-2-3 go the Astros. And it remains an 8-1 ball game. So that brings up the always intense Matt Chapman. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ball game. And a ball, 1-0. The 1-0. Hot shot to third and handled for the first out.
Now batting.
Here's the German-born catcher Bruce Maxwell. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. Lifted the other way to left center. Gonzalez calls for it. He's got it, and there are 2 down now.
The batter.
Ready for another chance. Gunn. He's hitless in the game, as is much of the rest of his team. Here comes the first pitch. And that misses, ball 1. And he misses again, 2-0. Cole into the windup. Here's the 2-0. Swung on and missed. Outclassed by that fastball for a strike.
I'll tell you, we're in the later stages of this ball game, but his fastball is still coming out of his hand with plenty on it.
And he will get there to make the running play, and that will... Tyler White will bat next. He'll lead things off against the same reliever that finished off the last inning.
Well, you don't see in this day too many relievers going multiple innings, but guys have to earn that trust of their managers. We'll see how he handles it here.
Daniel Kalu comes on to pitch now, hoping for better results than the other arms that they've run out there in this one. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Grounded back up the middle. And this will make its way into center field for a base hit, and the leadoff man's aboard now to open the 9th.
Nice execution right there, Dan. Kept his front shoulder in, kept his hands inside the baseball, and ripped the base hit up the middle.
And if you're a pitcher right there, you can't get discouraged. Sometimes even when you make a good pitch, the ball is going to find a hole somewhere. That one right up the middle.
White aboard here at first with nobody out. Way outside. 1-2. Fly ball out toward left center field. Joyce comes on and makes the catch in shallow left for out number 1. Next up for the Stros, Josh Reddick. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. Curveball looked at here for strike 1. Hit out towards second. Fielded cleanly. Throw gets him. 2 down. Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Good breaking ball that time, in for a strike. 2 out here and a runner at second. Hit on the ground out to short. VR fields it cleanly. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Astros leave 1, and it remains. So that'll bring in the outfielder Boog Powell, starting things for his side in the 9th as they face the improbable odds of trying to come back in this one.
Yeah, not a lot of hope for them at this point. But these guys know these bats still count, at least for their own stats. You can't mill in your chances as a professional.
He pulls this one into right, and a base hit, so the leadoff man is on to begin the inning. And he's going to get to second now with nobody out.
Well, the pitcher can't really worry about that one. I mean, it was only their second hit of the game, so he's doing a lot of things right. Let's see if he can leave him out there now.
Into the box now, Jonathan VR, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. That command may be starting to drift a bit. It's 2-0 now.
Clearly staying away from him in this at bat with that runner in scoring position tells me they're trying to force him to reach for something and maybe roll over on it.
Catch made out there in center field as the runner will tag from second. Throw won't get him.
Up next for Oakland.
And that'll bring in the speedy Keon Broxton. Although there are a couple of bases open, and we'll see if they think about working around him. Big swing and a miss at the knuckle curve, strike 1.
Something that stood out to me in this game is the lineup's lack of a solid plan at the plate. Seems like way too many guys are chasing pitches out of the zone and trying to hit pitchers like that one down and away. There's no success in that.
Look into McCann, the 1-1. Hit down the third baseline. Powell stands at third with 1 gone in the inning. Ground ball sent back up the middle. Gonzalez to his left. He's there. Throw will get him for the second out, but meanwhile the run is in to score from third. Buddy Bashir will make an appearance here as he is in charge of trying to ring up the final out of the ball game. Stephen Piscotty will get a shot here as a pinch hitter. A bouncer up the middle. Altuve to his right. He has it. Throw to first will be in time to get him. And the Astros have taken the rubber match of this 3-game set as this ball game is over. 8-2 is how this one ends today. Houston used a nice 5th inning to take the lead, and they never gave it back.